Styles, here with Trini Kwan and with Taz. And today on Rampage, or Running, we got Kenny Omega and a Jackal or Osiris, whatever you want to call them, already in the ring. Well, I guess they're happy, Joey Styles says, I guess they're happy about beating Mora not too long ago. Joey Styles said, I guess so, Trini Kwan said. They seem to be truly happy about it and they behave as if they won WrestleMania. Or they won, I don't know, Starcade or whatever big show. Or Slamversary or whatever big show that they believe they won big at. Well, I don't really know. Tell you the truth, Taz says, for Kenny Omega, the former IW, AEW, AAA, NJPW heavyweight fighter, former AEW team fighter, former TWF heavyweight fighter, TWF 24/7 fighter. It's a big deal for him to win a match. So yeah, I am going to be happy for them. You know, being already in the ring, Taz says. As you all know, we are already in the ring. Last, Kenny Omega finally got a win, and he broke that losing streak that he was somehow, stuck into. The Jackal says. But when he beat Mara, whatever her name is, some Hawaiian, Samoan, Mari borrowed name, I know he broke that losing. Yeah, I did, Kenny Omega says. Everyone thought that I was going to be shamed. Everyone thought that I was just going to keep on losing. Everyone said, yeah, you're being buried, you're being besmirched, you're being shamed. But I showed everyone that you can't hold Kenny Omega down. One of the very few wrestlers that made it big outside of WWE. Yeah, I made it big in NJPW, and AAA, and IW, and AEW. I made it big in PWG, and I made it big everywhere else that you could make it big. So, let it be known that I'm going to be the one who will win the TWF Heavyweight and World Heavyweight winnings. I'll be the one who ends up beating Jack Sparrow for the TWF Heavyweight and World Heavyweight winnings. Not Killian Cross, not Roman Reigns, not Brock Lesnar, not Seth Rollins, not any of them. It's going to be me. So let me believe what you think. That you're going to beat me. Then you somehow think you're going to become the TWF Heavyweight and World Heavyweight fighter by getting some kind of bullshit win over me. And it was a bullshit win, Kenny Omega. You had your friend, the Jackal, Osiris, Don Covens, whatever you want to call him, help you. See, I know you, Kenny Omega. You never ever did really anything on your own. You always had someone helping you. In IW, you had the Good Brothers. In AEW, you had the Young Bucks. And in NJPW, you had the whole Bullet Club helping you. In PWG, who knows who was helping you. And AAA, I don't know, but someone was helping you. And even in the TWF, you had folks helping you. So you never did anything alone. And I don't know how great you are, because every winnings you ever held, you didn't really do anything great with them. And it's only you, Kenny, and a Jackal. I don't see Nick Buck or Matt Buck. I don't think Luke Gallo, Cal Anderson. Oh, he'll probably get the Young Bucks one day, right? I don't see no Adam Cole backing you up. No Buddy Fish, he's gone from AEW. No Carl Riley or whatever the fuck. You're on your own. This isn't a one-off. And I want another match with you here today on Rampage, Running, whatever you want to call it. You want another match with me? Well, you're asking way too much. And I can't give you that other match. You see, I already beat you once, Kenny Omega says. Why should I have to go through and beat you again? Yeah, right, Kenny Omega. Because you should. Right. You're like, but that's where I gotta stop you, Kenneth Omega. You see, you do have to wrestle again. And you will wrestle again. You will wrestle, you will fight Mora here today on Rampage or run in or overtake. If you don't, then you can forget about ever going for the TWF heavyweight and world heavyweight winnings ever again. You know. And I did know what you did, Jackal, how to help Kenny Omega beat her. She does got grounds on that. So that's why she is getting her match here today. Let's do that match now. Well, we just heard from Astronema or Corone, the main overseer of the TWF and matchmaker of the TWF, make this match here today. Even if Kenny Omega and the Jackal don't like it, Joey Styles says. Well, yeah, the Jackal don't like it. Yeah, Kenny Omega don't like it. Because they should be fighting for the TWF heavyweight and world heavyweight winnings now, Taz said. They shouldn't be dealing with Mora. Mora just drop kicked down Kenny Omega, Joey Styles said. Mora with a close stake and a body slam. Mora with a backbreaker, Joey Styles said. While Trini Kwan said, life isn't fair. Not for Kenny Omega, not for the Jackal. Life is not fair for any man or woman. You know, Trini Kwan said, if he truly thinks life is fair, well, it's not. Oh! He wants to work to become the TWF heavyweight and world heavyweight fighter, and he has to work at it. Who's held by Jack Sparrow now. Another body slam, Trini Kwan says, by a man who beat Roman Reigns, which is Jack Sparrow. And Kenny Omega can bitch about unfairness, but then so can Killian Cross and so can Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins and Killian Cross. And Amara coming back right now. Amara taking down Kenny Omega. Joey Styles and Amara may be a Fought 2, or she might be a Maivia, or she might be a Afua. We don't know which one of the three kin she belongs to. They always seem to be either show playing, football, either doing show playing or football or wrestling. They seem to be either football players, wrestlers, or show players. Well, at least from them. Oh, the Jackal did it again. Oh, Mara just knocked him right down. Kenny Omega, oh, took her down. And oh, hold on. Uh-oh, the Jackal's got her feet, just holding her feet down, so you can see that, Joey Styles said. I don't see the Jackal doing anything, Taz says. What a liar, Trini Kwan said. 1, 2, 3. Ding, ding, ding. Here is your winner, Kenny Omega. Once again, Kenny Omega beating Mora here today on Rampage, or running, you know, Joey Styles says. And I knew Mora not going to be happy about losing to Kenny Omega again. The Jackal, Osiris, Don Covens, whatever you want to call him, he's doing the same thing for Kenny Omega he did the other time, you know. And I don't think Mora, whatever her name is, I don't think she's going to be happy with it, Joey Styles said. No, I don't think either, Trini Kwan said. Once again, the Jackal or Osiris, whatever he's calling himself, you know, he helped Kenny Omega beat her again. That just goes to show he can't do anything on his own. And he wants to be the TWF heavyweight and world heavyweight fighter one day. Well, I'll tell you one thing, Taz says. Kenny Omega, he did beat Mora again. And he will be a two-time TWF heavyweight fighter. He will be a one-time world heavyweight fighter. And you just watch. One day he will win the IWAW, AAA, NJPW heavyweight winnings ever. One day again. Yeah, if he ever comes back from being held up, Trini Kwan says that is, or he doesn't get himself fired and then go to WWE, Trini Kwan said. Yeah, Joey Styles said, you know, that is true. Kenny Omega is still held up in AEW for a fight that happened in AEW between the Young Bucks, between Kenny Omega, between Road Faller Ace Steel, and between CM Punk. There's many offshoots of the saga about who started a fight, who threw the first strike, who did what, you know. But here in the TWF, we don't truly know. All we know is Kenny Omega beat Mora, and that's what we're talking about here today, Joey Styles says. Speaking of that, Trini Kwan said, I hope he can be truly happy with himself, because he just shown everyone he can't win a match without anyone helping. But that's always been the way it's always been for him. No need what wrestling business he's been in, Trini Kwan said. Well, Taz says, you can say what you want to say, you can scave it all you want, but you can't take away that Kenny Omega won this match here today. I guess you're right. I guess you're right, Joey Styles said. Jonathan Coachman's going to talk to Mora now. Alright, yes, Joey Styles. I'm going to talk with Mora now, who just lost to Kenny Omega here today on Rampage or running. Mora, I have never been shamed in my whole time of my life. Alright? Kenny Omega is nothing more than a weakling. You saw it again, Jonathan Coachman. You saw what happened. You saw what he did. He had to have the Jackal or Cyrus or whatever you want to call him. I'm telling Kenny Omega now, if he thinks that this thing between me and him is over, he's got another guest coming. Another guest coming. He wants to talk about being buried, being shamed, and being besmirched. When I get done with him, being shamed, and buried, and besmirched are going to be his hang-ups, not mine. You hear me, Kenny Omega? You can't win any matches and any fights without anyone. Without the Young Bucks, without the Good Brothers, without the Jackal, without anyone backing you up. It's the same way in IW, the same way in AEW, and the same way here in the TWF. A weakling. And I will get my hands on you. And I will beat you. And I will bury you and shame you and besmirch you. Well, that was my talk with Mara. Back to you, Joey Styles. Well, thank you, Jonathan Coachman, for talking with Mora here today on Rampage. And that's all the time we got here for Rampage, or running. I am Joey Styles for Trini Kwan and Taz. We hope you like Rampage or running, and we'll see you tomorrow for Power or Mike.